A little bit late, but always worth the wait, is what I hope that you say about me, because I'm often late. So I wasn't going to do a review for this movie because I'm not really sure what I'm doing with this channel, and I have been talking about this a lot with a lot of other video creators about what I want to do, and it seems to be too scattered and all over the place. I want to do gaming, I want to do design, I want to do reaction videos, I want to do acting, I want to do comedy, and it doesn't all belong on one channel. Long story short, I've been having what my friend Bree says is analysis paralysis, and so I've been talking a lot and doing nothing, paralyzed by anxiety, so therefore I've been posting no content, and it's helping no one. I'm actually going to be doing this review solo. One, because it's appropriate, and also, mostly, because I waited like 400 years to see this movie and she probably saw it on opening night. So, once again, this is a reminder that I am not a fan of Star Wars. I did not grow up with Star Wars, which is the whole reason I'm doing this video, because I don't have a love for it that you do. I find it interesting when people who, you know, aren't obsessed with what I am, which would be Harry Potter, how they react to things, and I just get a kick out of it. So I've seen a lot of comments that a lot of people didn't like The Force Awakens. I am of the opinion that Star Wars fans will complain about anything, even if they love it. Truly. I have not seen any different. Like, I will literally have a friend that's like, I hate The Force Awakens, I'm gonna go see it for the 4th time. You wanna come with me? And I'm like, what? But you're complaining about it. What? Why are you watching it? But they do, and I don't understand. I feel like this is a specifically Star Wars fandom problem, where they complain about the movie, and then they watch it again. And again. I don't do that, so I just can't relate to it. Maybe it's just part of the journey. Let's get into it. Oh, this is so hard because I went on a journey. I hated it and then I liked it. So I think I'm gonna give it a number higher than I think it deserves because it changed my opinion. I'm gonna give it an 8 because when I first started watching it, I had the thought more than once, I would like to walk out of this movie theater. I really didn't like the beginning. I found it very cheesy. There was a lot of action that I didn't need. I know that most people in the world love back-to-back explosions. I don't need that. I'm much more into caring about the character. I know that I'm the minority on that, but I still didn't like it because I didn't care about why they needed to escape. I honestly thought it was gonna be a dream when he's like, when he meets Kira at the beginning and he's like, oh God, there's so many cheesy lines. I forgot what he said. He said something like, we gotta get out of here. And then she's like, but we can't. And he's like, don't worry, hold on to my hand and never look back. As the movie went on, I got used to this and I started to like it because I actually do like Han's character a lot. But at the beginning, I was just like, what is this? Honestly, the first time that I got invested was when he goes to the gate and he's holding onto her hand and she gets snatched. Like, literally everyone in the theater gasped. And I don't know if it's just because we were kind of like falling asleep up until that point, but maybe we just didn't know the rules of this story. Like, can she actually get hurt? Can she get killed? Is she one of these characters that is gonna mean something later, or was it just a cameo? We weren't really sure what to expect, so that was a good movie. And then after that point, I was like, okay, I'm staying, I'm here. I want to see what happens to this guy. I will probably own this movie because Donal Glover's in it. Too much action. For me, I know everyone else likes action, and I know that they needed to explain a lot in a short amount of time, but it was just so poorly written at the beginning that I really, really, really felt insulted I did not like the beginning. And I'm sure that everyone else loved it because I never seem to have the same opinion as you guys, but it's okay. I'm just telling you what I think. The friends that I went to the movie with complained that Alden Ehrenreich did not look like Han Solo and looked too old. I don't need him to look exactly like Harrison Ford. You can't copy Harrison Ford. And to me, he didn't look too old. Especially when he had like the dirt on his face, I thought he looked really, really, really like Han Solo. That look was real good for him. That was good for me. It was nice. I don't have a lot of low points for this movie because for the rest, I feel like for the classic Star Wars movies, I had a lot of beef with what was going down in those movies, and like was seriously concerned that there was like no women in all of Star Wars except for Princess Leia. This one, I'm just like, it was just too much action for me. Like, that's fine. There was a lot of highlights to this movie. I would say there was, it helped that I didn't know a lot about the movie going into it. However, I did watch the trailer. I don't think that I watched any videos on any other Star Wars movie before seeing it. So I think this is probably the only one where I actually did look a little bit online. I don't know if I covered this in other videos, but I hate Lando. I think we talked about this briefly, maybe on the Periscope. I find him slimy. I did not understand why he was a part of the story to begin with. Now I got that backstory that I needed to kind of have that character grow on me. And then I found out my boyfriend, Donal Glover, is gonna be playing one of the characters that I do not like. And so I was actually excited about it because I was like, he's one of the greatest actors that I've seen of our generation. He can improve this character who I find off-putting. And he did. He did. Wasn't my favorite Donald Glover role, because I still don't like Lando, but it's Donald Glover. I really liked the gold dice from that carried through from The Last Jedi because it was something that was really special between Leia, Luke, kind of the reveal of what Luke was doing at the end of the last movie. So it kind of, and this is one thing that I do like about Star Wars, is it rewards you for watching the other stories. I kind of want some gold dice for my car. Like, it's not overtly Star Wars. It's just cool looking. It's just like a little detail. Just liked it. Super into it. Woody Harrelson was a huge highlight. Okay. Another movie that I feel like no one is talking about, and it's probably because I saw it super late, The Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. So seeing him in this movie, solo, and then seeing him in a serious drama, and then me, of course, knowing him from The Hunger Games as Haymitch. He's in everything, but I want him in everything. I like that they did practical effects instead of, well, what it looked like to me is practical effects. That is not my favorite kind of movie. It dates it to me, it makes it look fake to me, but I think that's the style they chose to do for this movie, and they're honoring it, and so I respect it. Everything was very consistent and colorful and kind of retro looking. Even the poster was retro looking. I really like it. Paul Bettany as the bad guy with like his like throbbing veins as like he would get more angry was great for me. Maybe I'm the last one to catch on to this, probably. I liked that we get a droid or a robot kind of character in every single Star Wars film to kind of follow along. There was kind of a whole C storyline with her trying to free the droids and like awaken them. First of all, her, that's nice. We got another female in the universe, tight. And then kind of having the storyline of acknowledging how weird it is that you have these sentient droids and they're basically in slave labor and then they've been freed. I didn't really need it, but it was nice. And I'm just kind of acknowledging that it seems like Star Wars is trying to be like, hey, we may not have been terribly inclusive in the past. We're trying to fix that now. And I just want to say that I acknowledge that and I appreciate it. Chewbacca. That was really cool to see where Chewbacca came from. It was really cool to see Chewbacca fight. So this is another reason why I like this movie, is because it changed my mind about Chewbacca, which I just found very not helpful in previous movies, and I know that you all disagree with me on that. They're like, what? He's the best. And I'm like, you only say that because you've cared about him since childhood. No. I did like Chewbacca a lot more in this movie, and I found him to be very charming. I liked that he went back to help the other Wookiee that was getting attacked. That was kind of a nice little hero moment that we got with him. I also was surprised that when I kind of left the movie, it wasn't super clear who was like the bad guy, because there was so much double crossing in that movie. You didn't know if Kira was going to help or hurt the situation. You kind of rooted for Han to connive his way out of situations. Even Paul Bettany's character, Beckett. It's a movie of double crossing, and I'm into it. Oh, another surprise for me is Warwick Davis. The friends that I was with were like, hey, who is that guy at the end with the girl with the cool hair? And I was like, he's Willow. And they were like, yeah, he could be somebody. And I was like, he is somebody. So yeah, it was good to see Warwick Davis from Leprechaun and Willow and Harry Potter and all those things. And actually, you should check out Warwick Davis' IMDb page. It is really interesting. Apparently, he's been in a lot of Star Wars movies. It's interesting to see where he ended up. And yeah, they were talking about like, oh, I'd want to watch a spin-off series on just that guy. And I was like, he had one line in the movie. That's how good he is. I really liked the girl at the end with the freckles and the red hair. She had like the most interesting look of all time. I don't know where she came from. I want a movie all about her. Would watch. Want a video game all about her character. Would play. I didn't talk a lot about Lando as much as I thought that I would. It was more just me staring at the screen with my eyes, being very happy that I get to look at Donald more than usual. In fact, I don't even know if he said words. All my closing thoughts, I loved the acting. The writing was like a little bit campy for me, but I've come to expect that. The beginning was a little bit nah for me, but then it changed my mind as I had surprises happen, as the acting got better, as they introduced a more interesting cast. I got very, very invested. I loved the part where he was like, you see that ship over there? We have 10,000 fighters that are gonna, and then Lando takes the ship and he's like, whoop. Thank you guys so much for asking me to do this video. I had a lot of fun watching it, and I hope to be making more videos again for you soon. You guys can keep up with me on Instagram and Twitter at Plaster, and I will see you guys next time. So, I feel like I start out every video just apologizing, so I'm not gonna do that. Still feel like apologizing for being super late on this one. We're just gonna keep the hair like this. And it's taken me a while to do this. I am so sorry for this hair. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop apologizing now. Okay. What is this? I don't care. Very well from The Force Awakens? What was the last one? What was the last one? I gotta go to work soon. I'm gonna be late for work, but it's better to get this done than not ever do it. Okay, and I've been filming over 12 minutes, so that's going to make this a very long video.